I feel like I'm probably stronger in 3+2 or 3-0 just because of the like my ability to dirty flag, but this will be it's just higher quality chess. 3+2. Whoa, cynical mustard. Thanks for sharing the love, gifting 10 subs. Not sure if I recognize that name, but I appreciate it. Okay, it's Stafford Gambit time. Stafford Gambit accepted. Um, so I might get a bad position from the opening, but at the very least I should get a time advantage. I'm happy to see bishop e3. This is actually a fun line. Queen f3, queen g5. So I'm hitting e3. There's a cool trap in this variation. Yeah, queen f4. The trap is after king d2, there is knight h2, and I'll have to show it after the game. It's a line I trapped Nemo in at some point. h4 looks suspicious. h6 was the last move on my prep. Wondering if I can just play queen c5. I guess then there's king d2, but then this move. Okay, it's getting interesting. So I think I'm guaranteed to win back the pawn. Even though, okay, c7's hanging, but I don't think white wants to take that.
Question is why are you awake, D?
Oh, that's a good question. Not entirely sure of the answer. Also, I'm probably going to lose the c7 pawn after rook b1. Or that move. Yeah, this... I mean, okay, let's try and make this work. Very soon I can castle. Like, the fact that I've committed to h5, it shouldn't be too damaging. But I'm probably worse here because white can just take. Oh, but if takes, I might have knight e3, but not right away because queen e5 helps defend and check. So if takes, I probably just castle and try and laugh at white's king in the center. Yeah, I'm awake because I'm not asleep. Ah. How many pawns do I want to lose? If I take here, I'm losing b7 and probably eventually c6 too. The thing is, if I take with this pawn, then this push could be scary. But I should probably take this way. And if the pawn pushes, I play g6, king h7, try and survive. Okay, white just wants to trap my queen. This is now a massive threat. So I probably have to trade queens. I'm down a pawn, but there's a weakness on, there's a weakness on b6. Okay, let's complete development. Probably eventually play this move. Ah, white's doubling though. But I have this now. Like, only move I saw there. Yeah, so we're gonna trade. Do I keep pushing? I guess I do. At some point, I might want to play g3, even though, okay, there's knight e2. Maybe not. You just double up behind the pawn. It's my baby. Have to protect it. c4 could be coming. And knight f4 or knight d4. What to do? I feel like I should play c5. Rook c7. There's also f5. I mean, in order to like win this game, I'm gonna have to be tricky. Even to draw the game. Have to pull some tricks out of the hat. Yeah, really not clear what to do. I think I'll play f6. Just give the bishop a square. I really don't want to go 0 out of 2 for the first 2 games of the stream, but it might happen. Okay, setting up at least a simple thing. Yeah, what to do? Rook here? Eventual idea to swing over. White's so solid though. Bishop here. Idea f5. Time is dwindling. Have to live on the increment. Okay, defend the pawn. I play f5 now? Probably not. Okay, rooks are just defending everything. Oh, there's a cool idea to play this, this, and this. Okay, not gonna work though. Whoa, it's a raid. Just guy, thanks for raiding. If you're just joining, I'm in deep, deep trouble. Trying to knock flag and not lose. But it's gonna be tough. I'm threatening this, but there's just rook takes. Okay, so I'm down. How many pawns am I down? I'm down 2 pawns. But white has no passed pawns. Except about to have passed pawns. Ah. I just want counterplay. All I want to do is attack the G pawn. Okay, this is something, c5, and then I can come around. Here I take. Ah. No. Okay, there is one trick. One trick. Is it drawing? It might be. It might be drawing. Because I just check, I continually check. The king ever moves here, I win the rook. I'm gonna draw this. Oh, it's a miracle. Wow. This is why you don't resign, children and adults. That's a beautiful stalemate too. A double pawns. Yeah, if takes, it's just stalemate. Let's go.
Good evening from Singapore. Nice draw.
Oh, thank you. Wow. That's such a weird idea. I kind of saw it coming. Like here, I saw the fact that the king is limited on squares. But it took a moment to realize that the king has no escape. Because even if it moves like this way, I just keep checking, and the pawn controls kind of the getaway squares. Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, I was suffering the whole game. It was just a long period of sadness. Something went wrong from the opening. But it's nice to, I guess, have a game like this where I can hopefully learn from the opening and improve next time and still not lose the rating points. I gained 2 points because my opponent was almost 100 points higher rated than me. Yeah, this computer graph. I kind of feel for my opponent though. Like it's tough when you work so hard to like try and convert a winning position and then you don't quite make it. So that was probably YouTube worthy. But real quick, for people watching in the future on YouTube and in the present on Twitch, I do want to show kind of the main trap from this line. Because bishop e3, it's kind of it's intended to be a safer move from white. But after knight g4, black already has initiative, queen f3. And if we look this up in Lichess database, queen g5, most played move is king d2. And then there's a really cool move from black. The third most popular is knight h2. And the idea, it's actually interesting, most people take. So most people playing white will not see the idea coming. But after rook takes h2, queen e5 will win a rook by force. Because queen b2 will trap this rook. And black's just winning material here. So I think I had this like once on stream against Nemo in our match from a few months ago. But it's one of the like cool traps in the Stafford, which, I mean, this line isn't the most common, but I guess if they play bishop e3, then like these moves are natural for white to play. So queen f4 is the best move here, preventing me from winning the pawn, because my queen's hanging. If takes the pawn undoubles. So h6 was a prepared move. I remember actually discovering this move when I was preparing for Nemo. And the idea is I just defend my queen, and now I'm threatening to take the pawn, because my queen still attacks through x-ray vision. And if white's to take here, then I take back, and the pawns are now forked, because the h-file is open. So h4 was the first kind of new move for me. And I guess this is just better for white according to the engine. I thought I was going to win back a pawn, but yeah, white played the right moves. And this is already just bad for me. So if I get this again, queen b5 is actually kind of, it's like a weird engine move. Because queen c5 looks so much more natural. But here, I hit the pawn, and yeah, the king stays on e1. The king's actually, it's better to leave on e1, because here the knight wouldn't be defended. And b3, I guess, provokes some weakness. And okay, this would be playable. Like eventually h5. And then down the pawn, but the king doesn't have a clear safe place to go. So anyway, if that goes on YouTube, I've had a good share of like YouTube content where it's like never give up hope, never resign, like executing these dirty stalemate traps. So this is another one to add to the collection. But it's a really important kind of, I guess, concept to know and understand, is that when you're in a losing position, like in this case down so many pawns in endgame, usually you want to keep a rook on the board. So if your king winds up in a stalemate position, then sometimes there's opportunities to sack the rook by force. And this is what we call crazy rook or mad rook, where yeah, you just keep checking the king. And if the king were to move all the way Here white would have to take, because
Can you
otherwise I would
explain why
win the
you are
rook.
doing a non-24 hours sleep cycle?
Oh. I could try, but I think first before that, I'll end the YouTube video. So people watching in the future on YouTube, if you made it this far, leave a smiley face in the comments and like the video, and watch on Twitch if you want to watch things like this in real time. Oh, and smiley faces in the Twitch chat too. Twitch chat is so happy right now. Look at Twitch chat. They're so happy. Nice to see. That makes me happy. Do I just make the YouTube video like 5 minutes longer than it needs to be? Just being fascinated by the smileys in Twitch chat.